Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Show Rod Garage. I hope everybody's having a good Labor Day weekend. Tomorrow's Labor Day. Seems like everybody in my family has to work, but that's alright. You know, spending time by myself, I'll be taking care of some of these model kits. Here's just an update on what I've gotten done so far with the Grim Reaper for the Halloween build. And I didn't put the skull face that I have in him. And the hood and the shroud at the top is not attached yet. He's ready to go for painting. I got the tree together. I got the plaque on. And I have the sai together, but I didn't put the blade on because I want to paint that separate. So I didn't put that on, but when it comes time, it'll just slide right on in there and all that. So here's the top of the sai. Seems like this is such a big kit. You know, I can't get the whole thing in. You can get him in, but you can't get the whole tree in unless I really pan back far, and we'll do that when it comes time. I didn't put his other hand in, so you know, let me because I have some other stuff I want to show you. Let me pull, you know, pick some because it's not glued on. Here's the tree, basic tree. I used some glue to fill in the seams for the tree. So when I'm going to airbrush this with all black. Everything's going to be painted black first. So hopefully that'll all cover everything up, and then I'll be able to check seams afterwards. But I'm going to be putting some Woodland Scenics stuff on this tree, moss and stuff like that. So it'll cover up any seams and all that. And I'm going to use quite a few different colors to make it look like a real tree with dry brushing and all that. I'm going to be, you know, trying my skills with that. Speaking of that, right now, Chris Cortell, if you're interested in dry brushing, he has quite a few really good videos. Check out his videos with his Bride of Frankenstein. He shows you a wood technique, and then he tells you how he painted the back wall that would look like the wall of a dungeon and stuff like that. So, you know, it's really, yeah, he gives really good information on that. So check that out if you haven't already. He's really sharing a lot of good information, which I'll be using some of that information along with, let me take this apart because this is not attached. So here's the stick. Now this will all be, you know, black, and then I'm going to be doing it a wood color. So I'll be dry brushing that with wood, with a wood tone color. Here's the Grim Reaper himself. He'll be all black. Try to give him a satin black, but I also want to highlight the raised areas and maybe do a little bit of like dry brushing, some light, very light dry brushing, some grays and some little bit of brown at the bottom and at the end of the sleeve, stuff like that to make it. I mean, he's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years or thousands of years, so he should be looking old, not nice and brand new. So yeah, that's what I have planned, you know, for him. And this just comes off. So all this has to be painted. I'll be hitting this with black Stynylrez first. And then I think I'm going to have to go get a nice big can of some satin or some dull coat. You know, I'm going to need that. The one thing that I did, and I'll show you here in a second why I did it. I filled in this gravestone with Sculptamold. It's still a little wet. I did that today. It's still a little wet, so that's to dry. Then all this will be painted black, and then I'm going to start dry brushy, different greens and browns and all that. And then I have some Woodland Scenics. I'm still deciding what I'm going to do with this. If I'm going to have the Grim Reaper sign, if it's going to be a slate looking sign and with like black writing or red writing. You know, I don't want to have the writing like really standing out where it's bright red. I just don't think, you know, I want to try to make it look like a gravestone. So maybe black might be the thing. You know, I don't know. I have to decide that a little bit later. Maybe some kind of wood and have it look like it was carved, because that's what it looks like when you look up close. It looks like it was carved with just like maybe a little hatchet or something like that. They carved it in. You can see how the writing is. So that might be good to have a dark wood and then have this a light wood color. So, but that's what's up with that. I also want to say what my idea was. We don't need to put the tree. We'll put the Grim Reaper back on a stand. And I'll show you this in a minute. So we'll have the gravestone back here. Right? And then I have, this is Cerberus, who is actually, in Greek mythology, is the dog that guarded the gates to hell. So I'm figuring that the Grim Reaper's taking you to hell. Even though the Grim Reaper really wasn't. The Grim Reaper was just there. Whatever he had in his book, he would come collect your soul and take it wherever the book told him to take it. Whether it was hell or heaven, whatever. That's what he is. You know, he doesn't always necessarily take you to hell. But I'm going to have it so he like took you to hell. But this, I think, and I'm going to try to close his hand so it's like this. And I have to shorten this chain, but I'm going to put this Cerberus instead of the gravestone. And see if I can get him in place here. I'm going to have him right about here with him holding the chain in his hand, so he's holding the dog. So you have the three-headed dog, Cerberus, that was guarding hell, is his dog that he has with him. And I'll paint some more around the collars to make the collar a little bit more brighter with the silver spikes around his neck and all that. Maybe I'll get some white glue and put it down so there's a little slobber coming down out of his mouth and all that stuff. So I think that is going to look a whole lot nicer and a lot different than what everybody else's that I've seen. So I just think that, you know, that would be a pretty cool idea. So, and also because I showed you that skull and crossbones I have. Here I'm going to have to sand it to see because it has shrunk and I can already still see the letters under it. I put some putty, I left the R.I.P. Jeffrey, and then I want to put the skull and crossbones underneath of it. But this is still slightly wet, but it's starting to dry and shrink where you can still see the letters underneath if you look real close. See the letters? So I'm going to have to do it a couple more times to fill those letters in and then sand it so that it's completely gone. And then I'll paint this to look like granite or something like that. So, yeah, that's what's going on with my Halloween build that I'm already starting. I'm still doing some decals on some stuff. You'll see another car next Saturday. And then all the following Saturdays I'll put another car up. Here's something that I'd gotten. And it has instructions inside of how to do certain things. You know, how to do it. This is from Vallejo. This is old and new wood effects. So they have all the colors down here, and then there's an instruction guide inside step by step on how to get different wood color and wood tone effects. From old wood to new wood and all that. So I'd gotten this, and I had also gotten this wood and leather effects. So it'll say you can see some darker woods up here, and then you can see the leather and bright leather, dark leather, and all that. So I got that, you know, to help out. And I can use these colors once you get it and you have the colors. You know, once you get the package once and you have the instruction, you know, pamphlet, then you already know what colors to get. You just keep them together, and as you run out, you just buy that individual color. So, step by step, instructions and everything. So, that's pretty cool. So I got that. That'll help with some things, because I have a few things, small figures that, you know, I should, instead of just letting them sit in the drawer, should do it. And also the wood color is going to be nice with some, the leather, and the wood will be nice with some cars too. So let me know what you think of the idea with the Cerberus, the three-headed dog. You know, and you know, this is just set on here. I might be able to move him different ways so he's facing a little bit more forward. You know, I have to be careful because that thing in the back is still wet, and I have to glue his feet down, but I think he looks pretty good, and he's the perfect size too. You know, it would be like if you had a three-headed Rottweiler. You know, he's the perfect size. So I think that'll be a little bit different, and it ought to look cool. So, all right, thanks for watching. You guys have a good Labor Day tomorrow. I hope everybody's able to have some cookouts and have some good food and enjoy themselves. And everybody stay safe out there. All right. Have a good one now. Bye-bye.